I don't have the energy for this.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian. Today I'm playing with Satya, Aetherflux Genius. This is one of the Commander cards from Modern Horizons 3 Commander, which is not a Modern legal card, but it is a Commander legal card, and it is a Brawl legal card. Satya, Aetherflux Genius, may look like an energy commander, but I think that Satya is actually a clones commander, an aggressive Jeskai deck that's making copies of creatures whenever Satya attacks in, and lets you keep the copies of those creatures if you can pay enough energy to keep them around at the end of turn. That means that we want aggressive creatures, creatures that have enter the battlefield effects, and creatures that really do reward you for attacking them with a lot of things early. In this deck, we are making a bunch of tokens when we attack in, and it's even better to make twice as many tokens. And sometimes we need those enter the battlefield abilities to take out our opponent's blockers, whether that's bouncing them back into hand, exiling them from the battlefield temporarily, or exiling them permanently using something like Obscura Polymorphous or Skyclave Apparition. Eventually, these cards might give your opponent a token, but that's fine, because you can just take care of that with the next turn's bounces or silences or anything else. This deck also has a few other cards that are just great when they enter the battlefield, like Fury and Solitude, or Angel of Invention that buffs up all your attackers and makes even more creatures for you. Angel of Invention is really, really fun to make copies of with Satya. We also have some ways to bring things back from the graveyard, because we are attacking in as, well, much as we can, with Sun Titan and with the Sarah Paragon. This deck is fun. You can notice it's definitely, like, mostly mono-white, but that's because white has great enter the battlefield abilities and even better aggressive attackers. So we're going to take Satya into the queue, and we're going to craft some copies of some creatures. Sorin of House Markov. If you gain 3 life, he flips over and turns into a planeswalker. But on his own, he's just a little guy. Just a little guy who wants to gain some life. Sorin of House Markov is just an Orzhov life gain deck, but Orzhov life gain is pretty great. I had a lot of fun playing my Sorin deck, and I imagine they will too, because of the amount of damage that it just adds up over time. Sorin has this -1 ability once he transforms that just deals damage to any target based on the amount of life you gained in a turn, which can be a lot of life, especially with the extort ability he has. Like, if you have extra mana, boom, perfect. I could wait on the Solitude until after they've kind of, like, spent the time to gain life, and then I can exile it. I'm feeling Guide of Souls here. Thalia's Lieutenant. Doing the Guide of Souls. 1/2 blocker. An Infernal Grasp. Are you paying the 1? No. Do they not want to flip? It's not a May ability. It's weird to me that they wouldn't want to. Ah! Because they would like the Case of the Uneaten Feast! Well, just for that, I'm going to put Sorin back into your hand and make it so you can't cast him next turn. Let's slow things down. Cleric of Life's Bond. Life gain is going to cause this to grow. Ooh, Blood Artist. I might need to take that out. But this is any time, as long as I'm willing to exile a white card from my hand. And I do have white cards in my hand that I'm willing to exile. I could go for Satya here, bouncing the Cleric. And that would leave me with next turn 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine with me. We're gonna go for Satya. I'll attack in with both. Make a copy of the Reflector Mage, bounce the Cleric of Life's Bond back into hand. Boop, boop, boop. This is going to go away because I'm not paying the 3. I'm going to lose some life off Blood Artist. That's fine. If I get 1 more mana, then this Solitude could be so sweet to copy, because that is an exile every single turn. Okay, they've gained 1 life.
I tire of adults pretending they know how to fix everything.
Thalia! Ooh, she does a flash. They extorted. That's 2 life. 3 life. Wait until combat. And even though I'd really, really love to get to, like, hang around with this, get to blink my solitude, or make copies of it, I think it's gonna be better for me to just exile Soren. This dies. Blood Artist gains them another life. Okay, War Leader's Call or Thalia's Lieutenant. Thalia's Lieutenant is going to be the most damage. And I can also keep it around. I'll go for it. Thalia can undo some of that damage, but that's fine. These are all humans, as humans do. I'll make a copy of the Thalia's Lieutenant. Each of the Thalia's Lieutenants are going to buff each other. And all humans. This one will die. Because it puts a counter on this, and then this gets a counter from a human entering the battlefield. This is blocked. Don't pay the 2. Decline. Perfect. And now Satya is a 5/7, which I feel a lot more comfortable about with regards to, like, Soren's -1 ability. Thalia, though, can blank the counters on some of these. It's one of those things where, like, you don't want to blink this. It's okay to blink this. Or they could blink one of their own things to gain life again for Amalia. Okay, they're actually keeping everybody back. They have no cards in hand, so the Spellbinder is mostly just aggro. It's also humans. This is a Gorblin, and this just makes number go up. I want number go up. I'm feeling Reflector Mage bouncing Amalia. Even though it does cost me some life. Yeah, 3 life. Thalia's Lieutenant sees a human and grows. Also, creature entered the battlefield, so we go bing bang. Saying good game. I mean, the menace on Satya means a lot of damage is getting through. But that could have also been like a good game, like, oh yeah, we're sticking around. Yeah, I will pay 3 energy. I have 3 energy. We may as well. Indulging Patrician. Hi, Patricia. They're swinging in. Who's getting blinked? Blanked or blunked? Oh, by the way, Thalia can also blink tokens. Which, like, rude puppy. I go down to 8. They go up to 4. They're not playing Amalia. I guess they can technically sacrifice a vampire to put counter on vampire. Okay. Elite Spellbinder, I guess? Sweet. Done. GG. Niflheim is playing Yerek the Desecrated, doubling up those enter the battlefields. This hand is a little slow, but it has good removal. We have either Galvanic Discharge, which gets us some extra energy, so we can destroy a creature and maybe bank it for Satya later. And then we have Fury. Hey there, Fury. If I would like to, I could even take the Galvanic Discharge out of my hand to use the Fury, but I would prefer not to do that. I'd prefer to just cast this and then have this so I can copy it later using Satya. Solar Transformer, that's some good ramp. Gets them 3 energy. That's also in my deck. Don't mind me not doing anything until turn 4. It's fine. Hey, Yerek, you got anything to play? Oh, just more mana rocks. Nissa! Die, Nissa! Wait, This die, Nissa. Does use up all the energy, but 1, 2, 3 seems well worth it to me. Naming human. Definitely the most common creature type in my deck. And I'm just going to place Satya into an empty board and attack him. This actually gets me 2 energy, even if I'm not using it right away. It's up to 1. You don't have to target anything for it. Aether Channeler. They can bounce Satya back into my hand. Hand, please. And assemble the team to tutor from the top cards of their deck. I think throwing down Fury here is plenty good. I'll pay 5 and deal a whole bunch of damage to the Channeler so they can't blink it or bounce it or whatever else. They might be able to reanimate it, though. In a Yarok deck? Absolutely. Taste my fury! I also think that, like, Satya and then making 2 Esper Sentinels could have been cute. But making copies of a Fury attacking it it's just a really, really strong way to clear out any blockers. Especially since Satya has Menace. The Menace on Satya is one of the nastiest parts. It makes it so hard to block this creature and stop them from cloning. 1, 2, 3, 4... They have to use mana in a funky way. Timeless Witness! Are they grabbing the land? Going for Assemble the Team. So that's why they were so careful about tapping. They were trying to make sure that they were leaving up black mana here. And then this is mana of any color if they need it. It's a very menacing beanie. Apparently Satya's alt art in Arena does not have the beanie, but it does have the beanie in paper, but it doesn't on the alt card. I think Satya was originally drawn with a beanie in this art, without a beanie in the other art, and then they were like, ooh, we want to make it so the card looks more similar to itself. And so they changed it. But they kind of made it goofy by doing that. More fire, more fury, more flame! Oh, they're blinking. That's a lot of damage since these are 6 power worth of double strike. Ooh, monkey. We're down to 6 life. Could be a board wipe here. Mirror Lake can just copy that. Assemble the team. Do you pay the 1? They did not pay the 1. Monkey in hand. With 6 mana, I think there's a pretty good chance that in the top third they get something pretty big. Ooh, a Time Warp! They said, oops. Nice? Oh, I think they said oops there because they could have paid the 1, but they didn't know that they were going to get Time Warp. They were just trying to get, like, any spell that kept them alive for another turn. Or maybe the oops is from not attacking. Oh, Ecological Appreciation for X equals 5. They're going to get 4 different cards that have a mana value of 5 or less, and they're going to get 2 cards shuffled in. Those are the ones that I choose, and 2 into play. I wonder what 2 they'll get. They have to search. They have to search deeply. Oh, cool! Okay, so Mind Flayer, Massacre Girl, Hostage Taker, and Acidic Slime. I think that the right choice here is we let them have the Mind Flayer and the Massacre Girl, because the Massacre Girl is going to kill everything that isn't itself, and then we can kill her and do some monkey business. Nice. GG. Nadu, Winged Wisdom. We shouldn't be surprised that we're seeing this, because it's probably the most popular commander from Modern Horizons 3, and also probably just the most popular commander right now. Thankfully, we have kitties, and oh my god, I just actually drew double kitty. So Ocelot Pride and Ajani work very nicely together since we have cat tokens to copy of various types, though I think I'm going to have to destroy this halfling before anything else happens. The reason why Ajani is in this deck is because it's actually even better than you'd think with Satya. You get to do so much good stuff when you can blink Ajani, cause a cat to die. Yes, a cat. It just has to be a cat, even if the cat dying to state-based actions of seeing his own clone. And then you flip this over, you have a red permanent, and Ajani's able to start spitting out cats and making more damage. Speaking of spitting out cats, we took away their blocker. Now we can live the high life. Here comes Ajani. I notably do not have a red permanent here. So I don't think I'd want to attack in and flip. Though admittedly, like, it wouldn't be bad. I just think we can do better. Name blue on this and scry. Monkey! Don't mind if I do. Yeah, it's one of those things where because Nadu has flying... Yeah. Nadu having flying here is a bit of the issue. I think this will actually be the first time I've been able to pull off this, like, sweet Satya play. I've been trying to do it in multiple games, but people just keep leaving! Satya, go! Attack in! You can also attack in. Make a copy of Ajani. Oh no! Ajani's seen a cat die. Teehee. You see the cat die. And now we can either 0 or we can plus. I will 0. And do I think they can protect Nadu? Probably. They can probably protect either of these. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go for it. We know that they had an Essence Flux on top, but they didn't have blue mana to play. They couldn't protect Nadu! Blue Sun's Twilight. Oh, also, we got double cat warrior tokens. One from the cloned Ajani and one from Ajani's 0 ability. A lot of damage. So if they'd like to, they could steal something. They have enough mana to steal my commander. Which would be very rude. But I have a flipped Ajani and I have another red permanent in hand. Oh my gosh, I could also just do this. Boop. Come back over here. Decline. I'll find a way to free him. Oh. Yeah. That's pretty good. GG. Narset Enlightened Master. This is the Narset that attacks in and casts spells for free, exiling the top couple cards of their deck and looking for any non-creatures to just throw into play. I've got a Galvanic Discharge here that can hit some early Planeswalkers, Fateful Absence. These are all targeting spells. Now that Elish Norn is awesome against Narset because it just kills her. But I can't target this Narset because she has Hexproof. So I want a more aggressive hand. And this is a slightly more aggressive hand. I have a little bit of ramp. I have something that deals indirect damage. I have something that can bounce, that can draw, that can make me birds. I got a lot of stuff happening here. Ooh, and now I have a nice 1-drop. The Guide of Souls. Boop. Behold, a 1-2. A 1-2 that makes me extra energy so Satya can make even more friends. Cloud Key. What do you choose? Probably... Wait, Creature? Creature? I end you. An attack for 1. Now, I'm just gonna hope that this person plays another artifact. Maybe 2 artifacts. Ooh, nothing to do? Oh, okay. Satya? We get the energy. Valorous Stance, we're gonna blink the Satya. Blank that removal. And win the game. I was gonna make more a Guide of Souls. They get to stick around since we get the energy to pay for them. Turn something into an angel, and... well, we have on-demand artifact and enchantment removals, so anything big that they're playing, we just take out. Good game, Narset. Hello, world, and hello, Rankle. Rankle... oh no, I'm choking! I'm choking because I'm so scared of Rankle! No, I don't know why I started choking. Probably because I've been drinking too much iced coffee and doing a bad job of it. Actually, I'm gonna start with this, because this is a land that they can make me discard, and I don't want that to happen. Rankle is usually a sacrifice deck, symmetrically sacrificing things by playing out creatures that spit out tokens and then hitting with Rankle, forcing you to discard, sacrifice creatures, and maybe sometimes even draw cards. Oh, yes, so Duress. That wouldn't have been able to hit this, but it can hit the Galvanic Discharge, which would have been removal for Rankle. This does tell me what I had drawn, or tell them what I had drawn, but I want to play this in the first 3 turns. Fenlurker. I don't think I need the 4th land. Famous last words. Always. Blade Splicer will get me a good blocker. I don't think I really want to exile this. This is like a permanent exile. This is a big stifle. Countering abilities. Removing abilities. Very good to use on somebody's commander. Especially something like Rankle, but they would have to hit me first for Rankle to trigger. Oh, they're sacrificing the Fenlurker, drawing cards, getting a treasure. We'll see if they play a land here. Nice Kellen. Do I have anyone to game life? I don't. I'm trying to decide if I want to, like, pop this bad boy down or not. Yeah, it's a good kitten. It's a good kitten that might, like, bully them into blocking. Next turn we have Satya. We can make copy of Blade Splicer. If the Ocelot Pride is able to deal damage, and we can get the City's Blessing, we can even get, like, another Phyrexian Golem. That would be really cool. And an extra Blade Splicer. Huh. Yeah, they're all tokens. Dang, Ocelot Pride, you're a cracked card. This card is ridiculous. Why does it also have First Strike and Lifelink? I feel like if this thing didn't have First Strike and Lifelink, it would still be a good card. It would be less good on turn 1, but it would still be good. Somebody in chat is asking, is Unexpected Windfall card draw? It's filtering if you're just casting it, but it's card draw if you're copying it. I feel like they're gonna kill Satya here. We get to attack. I'll make an extra Blade Splicer. Okay, every card is just its own enabler. I'm surprised they didn't just murder Satya before combat. Rippy peppies, I only have 2 energy. I don't know why I'm being asked if the card Unexpected Windfall is card draw. I would say that it does also get some card draw-like advantages if you're playing with certain cards from alchemy that produce physical cards into your hand, which you might not actually find useful. They might not be cards you actually want, but they can just be discard fodder. So you discarded them to something like Windfall, and then you're getting card advantage of cards you actually want. Ooh, Ravenous Chupacabra! That is a lively dirge. And it's killing Satya. Move my commander to the command zone. Yeah, I don't really have reanimation in this deck. Ooh, we got Pippin for protection. We also have the Giver of Runes. We have both the Giver and the Brother of Runes. I'm gonna swing in with the 2 First Strike and tokens. You blink in. Corrupted Conviction. Sacrificing it. I was wondering if they were going to use like a scam effect there. I'll play Giver of Runes, and then I can flash out the Tidebender. And if, remember, they know about this card. And do not say it's Tidebinder, it's Tidebender. They named the card wrong in my heart. He doesn't bide the tides, he bends the tides. Hi, Rankle! Rank, are you gonna block? An Acquisitions Expert! These are both rogues, so I only reveal one thing. I will reveal Pippin. They're pipping for real right now. Attack me, Rankle! That's right. On hit, they get to choose between these abilities, except they don't actually. I'm going to make it so Tishana's Tidebender cycles it. Boop. Also, because this leaves me with a lot of really good attackers, we use the Polymorphous to get rid of their one last blocker. Be gone! And swing in for lethal! Go get him, kids. Boom. Pow, pow, pow. GG. Nalia Darnis. This is a party commander. Orzhov party. Lets you play party members off the top of your deck, and then buffs up your party if it becomes full, if they have a rogue, a cleric, a warrior, and a wizard, and gives them death touch. I will play this since it comes in tapped. Perfect. Changeling Outcast. That is every party member. It's also unblockable. Like, guess I'll just do a little ramp. Try to hit it with the deputy. Or, like, maybe try to hit Nalia with the deputy. Ooh, a vampire wizard. So now they have a wizard into everything. Cool. Too shapeshifty. This thing cares about if our hands are empty. I'm like trying to remember what she does. Also, I should have manually tapped. So I could pay 1 life instead of an energy just to bank the energy. I guess that's kind of like depends on the circumstance. Sanguine Evangelist is going to make a bat. Yep. Going to exile that with my last mana here. Ooh, a Novice Inspector. Oh. Didn't pay the light. Yeah, I should be more aggressive toward my own deck for this. That's fine. I will exile the Evangelist. Being asked, what's the longest stream I've done? I've done some really long marathon streams before, but I can't do the, like, 30-hour streams anymore. I'm too old. Too old and tired. I'll still occasionally stream for, like, 14 hours, though, just because I'm having a great time. So they have removed Satya's abilities. I did a streamathon a few years ago when I was prepping for surgery. But it wasn't like continuous streaming. I'm just gonna make a pile of these evangels. It's a really great use of mana. Since now I'm just getting a pile of 3/1s. The more the merrier. Alright, and everybody swing in. I might not be able to make clones anymore, but I have a lot of creatures. They only have 3 lands, too. Which, like, in a Nalia deck, Nalia is really aggressive. You don't need that many lands. I might do another streamathon this year, too. Yeah, I've been eyeing, like, maybe in August. Could be nice. Would be nice. Maybe play some non-magic games during it, even. Yeah, the only thing that stops me is I have... Ugh, social obligations. Boring. Lame. Playing Minecraft. I actually meant more like... I don't know, I want to play Outer Wilds. I've never played Outer Wilds, and it's been recommended to me so many times, and I think I'd really like it. You think I would have liked hanging out? Okay, so there's like... There is no 1 month span this year where I don't have, like, a friend getting married. And I just... I love my friends so much, and I'm so happy for them. But also... Stop getting so married! Please. Try to get them to kill the Machias here. It's also very lucky they do Lightning Bolt. Wait. Huh? Why didn't you get the counters on the creatures? Wait, there's nothing here that would have prevented that, right? Does anybody in chat know why that did/didn't happen? No clue? Could be a bug? And it had a counter on it, I thought. Yeah, because it was a 1/1. Satya had the abilities removed, but this didn't. Yeah, there was nothing that would have been giving it like a passive 1/1. It had 1+1/+1 counter. They cast it for 2 mana. And they tapped it to remove a +1/+1 counter and put one on each other creature they controlled. If there was like a Vorinclex out, yeah, that... Nothing happened when they did the tap for Machias. No, he took the counter off himself and died. And I don't know why. Does Machias have to stay alive for the counter to move? No. I want to blink her. I wonder if that's just a weird bug. Well, yeah, we caught it on video, so I guess I can file a bug report to Wizards of the Coast and say, Hey, the guy's not working so good. Yeah, I've definitely killed Micaeus's using this removing a counter ability before. And Nalia should have gotten a +1/+1 counter, having then 4 toughness and getting a bolt proof. And the bat also would have gotten a counter. It shouldn't matter if it dies, though. The deputy can only be blocked by this or this, so I consider just attacking with these two. Because, like, I want them to kill Satya so I can recast Satya. This dying will give them another blocker for the deputy. I'm double checking the rulings right now on Gatherer. Hey Nalia, welcome back. Yeah, there's nothing there for it. Please kill the Satya. Please let me recast Satya. You're gonna let me recast Satya. Yes, please. Yes, please. I want to leave open a blue mana. Because if they cast something off the top of their deck with Nalia, I can counter it with Wash Away. Apparently this is just a bug that happens. Weird. Well, anyway, we won. So GG. Vaiko, Death's Doorkeeper. With all the new Eldrazi and their on-cast triggers, Vaiko got even stronger. Vaiko allows you to cast any spell for 1 mana, but it does take the sacrifice of a creature first. I don't actually really like this hand, but it does have removal early, so I am going to keep it and hope for the best. Yeah, I don't have any, like, regular white mana here. I don't really want to name Halfling or Soldier on this. I want to be naming Human on Cavern of Souls, but I think if I can interrupt Vaiko early, then I should be able to use the Solitude to stop the Vaiko from sacrificing a non-spirit creature to return a creature to their hand, make it cost 1 mana, and become a 1/1. Sheesh. A bit of a glass cannon, and I'm hoping that I can smash that glass cannon with the power of Solitude. I may end up naming Soldier on this anyway. We'll see. Oh, Lightning Bolt works too. Even better. I'll just name Soldier. I don't know, I feel like getting the little brother of runes down, my little protective boy Pippin. Sounds pretty dang good. Now I don't know, I can hold this for something that needs to be exiled, whereas Vaiko can just be killed. Vaiko does not have haste. Vaiko dies to Bolt. Die. Die and goodbye. Hopefully I get another white source for other things soon. That would be good. I would like to actually be able to cast my commander. Oh, Guardian. I can try to get them to make it indestructible and then exile it. Godless Shrine. Yet I haven't put anything in the graveyard to reanimate yet. Had I only named human. This is a great way for them to discard the cards that they want to reanimate. The biggest haste enablers they have are all artifacts, too. Ooh, whenever a card in your graveyard is put into your hand, make a duplicate. That is really good with Vaco. I have it in mind, too. It's been a while since I played Vaco. I should try it with the new Eldrazi. Come here. Come here. White mana, where art thou? White mana! I don't actually have anything to copy here, so I'll play the Elite Spellbinder. Yeah, the one that, like, exiles half a deck, the new Ulamog, I feel like that's one of the best ones. Ooh, Shuldred. If they reanimate the Shuldred, we could also, like, exile it before it triggers. Okay. I will offer you a Pippin in these trying times. You want to trade? Hey, do you want to trade? Hey, kid. You want to trade? They've got reanimation. They've got unburial rights. Cool Shuldred. I don't know, it would be nice if I had another white source. Or if I could have used Otawara there, but I was 1 mana short of using Otawara to bounce that back into hand. Here's Satya! Since I've got 2 legends. Just going to attack in with these 2, see what the other card is in their hand. And tax it. Oh, well, they discarded it. They would rather discard the Sun Titan than make it cost 2 more, because their whole game plan is using the Vaco. Pippin is very good at protecting these creatures, and because their Anguish of Making costs 5 mana, pretty good. Pretty good for me. Oh, hi, Vaco. They don't have the mana to play it again. So they won't be able to use it next turn. To bring back the Sun Titan, to in turn bring back, I don't know, whatever else. Pip it up. I'll be able to keep the Elite Spellbinder clone alive this turn. Make Vaco cost 2 more again. How long have I been playing Magic overall? I started playing in 2009, but technically my first game of Magic I played in 2003, when my cousin Ed taught me how to play. Here's the Vaco! But I have been playing, like, consistently since 2009. So yeah, Vaco's out here, but Elite Spellbinder is going to kill them. And even if they had chosen to remove something instead, like, imagine I couldn't give the protection. They'd be dead anyway, because we've got big, flying, and evasive damage. Would you care to crack your fetch? Answer is no. GG, Vaco. Errant and Giada lets you play flash and flying creatures from the top of your deck. And oftentimes this just means that it is a tempo deck. looking to generate a good amount of value casting things at instant speed, whether that's their commander, the cards off the top of their deck, or, well, counterspells. Oftentimes this deck has a lot of counterspells in it, but we go first, and we even have some protection and instant speed abilities that should help us stay alive as we play very aggressively. Being asked what I'm drinking. I'm currently drinking some iced coffee with a splash of milk in it. Good stuff. So Sigardian Evangel, if I make a copy of it with Satya, I still get a copy of the card in my hand, and I can discard those copies of the cards to Solitude. It's all good to me. I think we just throw in... I'm not gonna throw in with Skrelv here. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that it's too likely for them to have a blocker. So Containment Priest, I'll let that trade, because Containment Priest can be kind of rude to some of my blinking stuff. So, like, in this deck, for the most part, we're making clones, but we're also blinking things. We have cards like Felia in the deck. Hello, Arrington Giada. Would you like to come out and play? Alright, here comes Solemn Simulacrum. A great clonable card, even if we're not keeping the clone around, because when it dies, we get a little bonus! We get to draw a card! I'm drinking iced coffee, though. Yeah, I made cold brew with some absolute garbage beans. But hey, if the beans turn into a decent cold brew, that's good enough for me. Ooh, a Cemetery Protector. Block me. So I actually could go for the protection here and, like, bounce that. That's actually, I think, a better... Or not the protection, but the unblockable. Yeah. What are y'all talking about? I'm stuttering. I could hold that to be tricksy. But I'd rather just, like, flash out the Solitude next turn. Oh, the spell stutter! That's what you were saying about the stutter. Oh, okay. Bye, Skrelv. Ooh, nice. Because I got this Patriarch's Humiliation, I'm gonna go for Satya over the Solitude here. I'm not bouncing this. I don't need the Skrelv. Come on, Arrington Giada. Block me. You know you wanna. And I wanna remove all your abilities and kill you. 3 mana. We get ourselves some card draw. Boop. Hi, Arrington Giada. Bye, Arrington Giada. Yes, this is a digital-only card. It could exist in paper. But it's really nice. It's the perpetual part that wouldn't really exist. It's just making it follow between zones. That'll go away. They only have 7 life left. We have 3 with Menace, 2, 3. They could do Cemetery Protector, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if they could follow up with another creature, that gives them 3 blockers. Ooh, Charming Scoundrel. This would also be able to attack. Now we just hold the Solitude. Aether Channeler. Cemetery Protector coming into play. Before they can get the trigger that chooses the card type, I'm going to exile with Solitude. Oh, and they're going to give it a little bit of a +1/+1 counter. And hexproof until end of turn. I can't even bounce it with the Aether Channeler. kind of like the bird here. Tweet, tweet. Okay, since they would kill Boromir anyway, I guess I'll make everything else indestructible. And tempted by the ring. Who wants to be tempted by the ring? Maybe Satya? Make it even more unblockable. Let's make a Aether Channeler even more unblockable. And I will pay 3 energy to keep around the clone. They have 2 life left. Arrington Giada at sorcery speed. What you got? Do you have a way to survive? Because you just cracked that open and you have 1 life left. Well, now they have more blockers, but I have something with Menace, and I'm still making a clone. I also have this, the Charming Scoundrel. And I am going to make this bird wicked, bro! It's totally wicked. We tack in. Make something else wicked. We can actually make, like, a clone of the Charming Scoundrel, put the wicked token on it, and then sacrifice it at end of turn. That's 1 damage. Just how I need it. GG. The Gitrog Ravenous Ride. Gitrog is usually ramping up into high-powered creatures and then hasting in with Gitrog. It attacks in and it deals combat damage to you, which ends up being the way that they kill you, because they sacrifice the big creatures that are riding Gitrog. They draw all the cards in their deck, and then they use that remaining mana to make even bigger creatures. I'm gonna set up for double red, double white, all this nice stuff with the Charming Prince. I just didn't want to shuffle away my scry here. The scry 2, that's all lands. I want creatures, actually. Satya can copy the Charming Prince. That's great. I can copy the Fury, too, once I get there. This card is great. Unless your opponent has instant speed removal and then, like, Gitrog just goes away and then you feel bad because you don't have a frog! Wow, they actually haven't started by ramping. Kind of wild. No ramp on turn 1 or turn 2. Being asked if Assassin's Creed is in Arena. It is not, but it's apparently in, it's in MTGO. Magic the Gathering Online got Assassin's Creed. I only found this out because Aspiring Spike made, like, a funny tweet about it. He was like, hey, who here knows about this set coming out? To which the response was only, like, 3% of people knew it was coming out in MTGO because it's Modern Legal. I also didn't know it was Modern Legal. Assassin's Creed didn't bring too many new things to Modern, but it did have some pretty nice reprints, and it has a lot of assassins in it. Which is cool, I guess, if you want assassins. 1 Satya. See if they kill Satya. Charming Prince. Oh. Okay. Not blocking the Evangel. I don't have that much card draw in this deck. There's some. We're up to 4 mana. Not enough for the frog. Do I want to go for the aggressive play or just the, like, taking out Bowmasters? I'm going to go for Animpakal. Start spitting out tokens. They're very much encouraged to, like, shields down, no blockers. Because they want to be attacking me with everything. Okay, so they killed Satya. It's fine. I'll swing in with the Evangel, get myself a wee baby. Boop, boop. And I could hold open Iganjo to hit Bowmasters or Gitrog or something, but I'm going to just pop down a little bit more mana. Maybe make it a little easy to get angry. If they had played more early ramp, I would be trying to kill it. They stopped me from getting energy. They did stop me from getting energy. But I have plenty of energy. I don't need any. GG. Ruxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. Kroxa makes you discard, and if you discard something that is a land, you also lose 3 life. I have the ability to remove abilities, which is not really what I want here. I've got a blink. I have like removal, blink, but I don't have my blinkables. I like this hand a lot more. We've got Felia, which is actually kind of cute against Kroxa because we can make Kroxa leave and re-enter the battlefield after it's been escaped, which will make us discard again, but also put it back in the graveyard. Ooh, Duress. Okay, bye, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Play my Guide of Souls. This little puppy has flash. You're so cute, I love you. Ah, rip. You want me to stay hydrated? Fine. Behold, a dog! Oh, dead dog. Prince Charming? What do we got on top of my deck? Reprieve and Otawara. I think the Reprieve could be fun, but I don't think it's what I'm doing now. Red. The Scry. Okay, it's a land. And we pass. They didn't play Kroxa. It makes me think they have a kill spell. Okay, Lightning Strike on Charming Prince. Mondrak cannot become indestructible. I don't have the mana or the things to sacrifice. I think I want to put the Fury into play. This will fill their graveyard up more, but just deal 4 to that. Get this damage in. Yeah, they're trying to fill their graveyard up so they can escape Kroxa very easily, or maybe just have other reanimation targets, like Fury, the one I just played. Fury is so sweet if you have, like, Ephemerate. Aw, no, my boy! I was gonna make tokens of it and, like, kill you. Just attack for 4. This Dishonest Tidebender has flash. We can use it to counter an ability. Bone Crusher Giant. Come here, Kroxa. Okay, well, I'm just gonna play the Tidebender then. It is a 3/2 that I can clone using Mondrak. Well, clone even more of. Oh, wait. But Recruiter of the Guard. As long as my hand is empty, I'm super safe against a discard deck. Unless this was like Tiny Bones. But it's not a Tiny Bones. Okay, who do we want here? Maybe a Spellbinder or Apparition? Ooh, or Anna Pakal. I want Anna Pakal. I love her. Especially with Mondrak here. I think you could put Roaming Throne in this deck, naming humans. There's so many humans in this deck. Human, human, human. I'm very fine with Mondrak dying. I used Undying Malice, which did require them to target Bone Crusher Giant, which I think does 2 damage to them. So yeah, you've got Bone Crusher Giant back as a 5/4. But I have a lot of tokens and stuff. Do it. Deal damage to me. I'm still at full health. GG. Orchasm, Deepest Growth. A mono-green deck that's looking to hit you in the face with their commander, so they can put lands and creatures into play. I have some good removal that I can't cast. I have some blinky stuff that I can cast. Okay, I like this. And I have Galvanic Discharge, which I probably will bolt this in. If they play something like Llanowar Elf or Delighted Halfling, anything like that. They went first. Lair of the Hydra into Elvish Mystic. Alright, and I'm going to pay 3 life. Go get him, it's worth it. Die. Yeah, you gotta slow it down. Because this thing only costs 5 mana and it's a 6/5 and it has trample, and it only has to deal 1 damage to get any kind of creature into play. No, because whatever creature, I can bounce it and then they can't replay it. I'm okay with not shocking this in. Well, I'm gonna pay plenty of life to my lands. Reclamation Sage with nothing to wreck. Okay. Ooh, man. Or like just bouncing this back into their hand. I don't have anything for them to destroy. Actually, let's make a bird or draw a card. Let's make a bird. Yeah. I love bird. Oh, hey, Pock. Hi, Pock. I could also Tidebender Pock, and I think that turns it into a 0/0 and it dies. Because it removes its ability, which is what's giving it power and toughness. Reclamation Sage attacks in. I'll block with the chicken! Make an extra Aether Channeler. And I will draw a card, because I didn't get a land. I'll pay 3. And we had the extra energy from Galvanic Discharge, so I didn't have to sacrifice this. Also, human, sort of human. We got some dudes here. And Thalia's Lieutenant gets nuts with Satya. We could also go for Mondrak to make even more of these tokens. I'm gonna hold the Tidebender. You may have that Lair of the Hydra able to block, but our attackers are going to be big. Boop, boop, bonk, bonk. Excellent bonking. I guess I can pay the 2, so I'll pay the 2. I wonder if you could build Satya humans, like purely around human enter the battlefield synergy. Hello, good game. That would be fun. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing Satya in action. And if it felt like I was winning a lot of those games, it's because I was. I apparently have around an 80% win rate with this deck because Satya is very, very strong. That combination of Menace and Haste and being able to copy, especially these 3 mana abilities on curve, is really, really good in 1v1. I'd say that it's not a deck that's particularly good against decks like Nadu because, well, a lot of these are targeting abilities, and that means that they get to reveal more cards and get more stuff, and it kind of kicks off all of their value. But against other types of decks, it's really strong. Satya is also a flexible deck. I mentioned before that mine is not an energy deck, but you can add more energy into the deck to play around with Satya's other ability. As far as cards go in this deck, the hardest thing is 4-drops, because Satya is on 4, and you really don't want to be playing other things ahead of time. So you want to make sure your 4-drops are worth playing. And I think Roaming Throne would be actually a really fun card to throw into this deck. So I'm probably going to end up adding it at some point anyway. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you'd like to recommend a commander like Satya or another card from Modern Horizons 3, please let me know in the comments below. I've been trying to get through as many as I can. I actually built this deck on the 4th of July because it is red, white, and blue, and then I didn't manage to record it until the day after, but that's okay because I still managed to make the Satya deck go, and it is a really fun deck. I do like that they've started adding more of the pre-con commanders into Arena, because it gives us a lot more choices to brew around, even if some of the cards are not really built for 1v1. The ones like Satya absolutely work great in a 1v1 environment. This is a deck that is very strong in historic Brawl. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day!